Ladies and gentlemen, should national security outweigh our individual privacy, or is our privacy paramount?
This is a bone of contention between our semi-finalists in today's debate.
This is the Great Debaters Contest, Eastern Region, Machakos County. I am your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperanza Kapanga. In the proposition, we have Machakos Girls High School.
And in the opposition, we have Mbooni Boys High School. Proposal number 1, you have 3 minutes to make your submission.
National security. Lynette Nkatha from Machakos Girls High School, ready to propose the motion that states national security should outweigh individual privacy. What do we understand by the following terms? National security. National. These are activities which are involved in protecting our country away from attacks. Outweigh. When we say the term outweigh, what do we mean by the term outweigh? Outweigh is to find something greater or important than something else. Individual. Individual, this is a person considered separately rather than a group. Privacy. This is the state of being alone and not watched or disturbed by other people. Therefore, I propose the motion that states national security should outweigh individual privacy. As we all know, umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. On to my first point. Evidences. In our country right now, there are a lot of crimes which are going on. Some crimes lack evidence. Just because some people are saying that you're invading my privacy, someone should not invade my privacy. For instance, look at this case that happened to Joy, Rongo, and Monica. Really? If national security had not intervened, was there justice to be found for Monica? The national security intervened in order to test for the semen which was found lying on Monica's body. Therefore, the evidence was gotten because the semen rhymed 99.9% of Joy's. On to my second point. Do we love our lives? Particularly me, I love my life. Living is better than dying. You rather search me, you rather even tell me to remove my clothes and search me, instead of I entering to a mall, and then someone comes, and the mall is set on fire maybe, or a bomb is put in the mall and I die. If I only allowed the security men to search me, such a person who had the bomb would not have entered the mall. But just because I allowed and said that it's my privacy, you're invading my privacy, so you should not search me. Really? Do we really love our lives? And when you're talking about privacy, what are you hiding that you want no one to see? The Nyumba Kumi initiative, it has really helped us Kenyans. So, united we stand, divided we fall. Thank you.
First proposal, you have 3 minutes to make your submission.
And I quote the words of the famous Marlon Brandon, who said, "Privacy is not what I'm merely entitled to. It's a prerequisite." Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you is my ghetto builder Mbooni from Mbooni Boys High School. And I'm here to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Before we go into the truth, let us define a few terms. National security. National security is safety of a nation against threats like war, terrorist attacks, and espionage. To outweigh means to be more important, more significant. Individual privacy. This is just personal space, basically, personal space. You want the truth? I have it. On to the first truth. Personal privacy is protected by the Kenyan Constitution on Article 31C, which states that every individual has the right to privacy pertaining their family issues or private affairs. This is strongly supported by the Constitution also in Article 31D, which states and gives the individual right over all information pertaining all the private matters. Now, Judge Maina, perhaps law enforcement officers come in here and take you in as an insecurity suspect. Who will be the judge here? Who is going to correct me and make me a great debater? I give you facts, you receive them. Imagine you're taking a shower. You're taking a shower, someone walks into you. That's someone invading your personal space. That's someone invading your privacy. I wouldn't like that. Personally, I wouldn't like that. Now, the Fourth Amendment in the US Constitution also goes against invading personal privacy by the national security. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Mbooni has given you facts and figures. You have received them. I have given you the truth. And only the truth can set you free. Thank you.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
Your rights mean nothing if you're dead. Sometimes you should allow the government to infringe to some of our rights in order to protect you. In front of you is Valentine Muteti, Machakos Girls High School, strongly proposing the motion that says national security should outweigh individual privacy. On to my first point. MTN in Uganda and Safaricom in Kenya, these are telephone lines that record calls and record text messages that are exchanged between their citizens in their respective countries. Now, let's take, for example, the case of Governor Obado and Sharon. Safaricom were able to get the messages that Sharon texted before her life was ended, right? Then you tell me, should privacy really be invaded? You have to, because you cannot stay like that, protecting your own privacy for the sake of the nation. CCTVs in banks, roads, and everywhere that capture the face of anyone passing by them. If a robbery happens in the bank or a hostage issue, for example, the people inside that are held in hostage are able to be seen by the security personnel. They are able to monitor how the hostages are doing, and thus know how they will get in and free the hostages. My third point, USA's security personnel had to intervene so that Osama bin Laden, a terrorist, was caught and killed, and the chapter of Osama bin Laden ended. Now, tell me, if the security personnel did not intervene, would Osama be killed? He would still be there, right? He would still be there, and that would mean deaths of people, and that would mean that the security of the United States of America would be invaded. If national security invades privacy, why then are rape cases taken to the police and rape is against your privacy? I mean, then you should keep it to yourself if you think that your privacy is more important than your security. Thank you.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
When I was a small child, my mother taught me one thing in common. Once you get to any door locked, knock it, not once but twice or thrice before you enter. Well, I am January Stalo from Mbooni Boys High School, here to oppose the day's motion. Well, the second proposer just told us that Safaricom and MTN actually record telephone calls. Yes, that's very much true. But then, we have legal channels to be followed. Legal channels set to the point by those in the parliament. Yeah? They are people with brains. We chose them as our leaders to lead us. So they saw it correct and right to have a legal channel followed for everything. They have to go to the court, get a warrant or permission, because they are intruding my personal privacy. I have the rights that protect me also. Well, my rights haven't intruded any other person's privacy, so I have the right to be private. We have this, the telephone calls, you have to get the court order, then they apply to you in presence of my own lawyer, who is there to protect me too. Because I also have rights. No matter how poor I am, no matter how weak I am, I have the lawyer to protect me. We have the legal channels, the law that protects me. Well, we have the gold case. Well, I can reveal the information at will. We have the telephone call that was leaked recently. Big names are mentioned, but then it was released at will of certain people. They chose to release it because they had the privacy. I could have kept it in my phone, deleted it, or what could I do with it? Well, I decided, let me share it to the media. Because he had the right to privacy. He chose to do it. He had the audio in his phone. He did it correctly. He shared it. Sometimes I sit to think, I am a kid under my mother's protection. Then it happens. My friend, Bildad, we were playing with him. Then one time he's in authority, the big office in the government. Then I stand to vie against him politically. I want to bring this man down because he's giving me my rights to the full. What will he do? I am the government. I can do what I want. He takes back, intrudes to my personal life. He decides to pinpoint activities that I did while I was with him. And because it's the government, nobody will be able to stand and condemn him. Well, I'll be condemned, but then he will be free. The law will be biased. It will be used against me. So let the privacy rule be followed. We have the legal channels, the court in position, Maraga and his team. Let you go to the court, be granted the permission, and be shown your limits. Because everything has limits to be done. We have many that has happened, a lot. But I believe, going out with my family for a vacation, I wouldn't like anybody to share my photos, if it's stated as personal. So, hope you listen and get to the point, because my privacy also needs to be protected. Thank you.
The proposers have been asked, what does Governor Obado's case that they've quoted have to do with national security? The opposers have been asked, these same legal procedures that they claim exist for investigating matters that threaten national security, don't they involve intruding someone's privacy if that person is threatening the security of the rest of the citizens? Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to respond.
A question has been posed by a friend from the audience. It is going to be answered by none other than Nuria Hussein from Machakos Girls High School. Your question was, how does Governor Obado's case intervene with the national security? My friend, what do you understand by nation? By nation, leave about the national. Nation. What is this nation? Nation is you with the question. I answering your question. And everyone in this hall, we make a nation. Was Sharon not a person? She was. A nation was her. So the government had to intervene to save you seated in this hall from death, which you have not planned by people in power, since Obado was on power. In annual report by the National Security of Agency by the USA, 151 meters records of Americans' phone sales in 2016 were collected through mechanism designed to identify suspected terrorists. This has helped to reduce and identify terrorists, which has saved more lives. By these agencies which has been introduced in the USA, first thing, it has interfered with your privacy. For your information, privacy is not all about your private parts. According to my friends, the way they were labeling it, privacy is, first thing, start with your phone. Privacy is your life. My life is private. But if anything happens, the government, let's say my neighbor was killed, they will have to go to my privacy, that is, ask me questions, unless they ask me questions about how I'm related to my neighbor, which is a private life between me and my neighbor. And until that, they won't get the full information they want. So actually, the nation intervening with our privacy is just saving more lives. Because let me ask you a question. If security was all about privacy, look at a case which happened at the Kenyan Hotel, the complex Kenyan Hotel in Nairobi. 21 people died. And what did the government have to do? To introduce DNA test samples, biometric data fingerprints, and reticle scans and GPS information to pinpoint to investigate. That is intervening with your privacy. But I don't think, and you know, that there is no other 21 people who are going to die because the privacy has been followed up, and through the fingerprints, the government have saved lives. Ours is not about privacy. Ours is about saving life.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond to your question.
Can I be free? Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only got one life. So live your life. I mean, what good is a country without its citizens? Bernard Nzao, Mbooni Boys High School. A question was answered by me already. I'm free. I'll be called in for questioning. I mean, we have legal channels, legal procedures. Questioning, I'll be called in. No one is going to manhandle me. No one is going to harass me. I mean, it's free. Yes. Look, when this is certain, when we're having national security compromising my individual space, I'll be like a caged bird. I can't fly. I mean, what's the use of my wings? Please, let's take a good look at this case, the post-election violence. How many people are raped? I mean, this is so hurting. How many properties got lost? All of us. I mean, this is too hurting for me. I need freedom, please. It's freedom. I need freedom. Free will. Look at crackdowns, police crackdowns. When we're having them, human rights are violated. My individual space. I want to be free. Please. I rest my case.
Proposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
You want to be free. You want to be free. No problem, be free. But how are you going to be free without security? Let's take these statistics as an example. Everyone is aware of it. Does Somalia not have a privacy? They have. But what did the government do? They intervened with their privacy by sending KDF from Kenya to Somalia. intervening with their privacy. Have they not intervened with their privacy? They have. And so, the government had to intervene with the privacy of Somalia so that I and you can be free and secure. I rest my case.
Opposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Is Somalia an individual? The answer is a no. So, freedom, freedom, freedom. Humanity, humans, we all have yearned for freedom. I mean, why can't you? Why can't I? Why can't all of us enjoy freedom? Freedom is coming, oh yes, I know.
This is a comparative debate, national security, and then we have individual privacy. So it's purely telling us that, listen, which one is more, the word is not better, which one should prevail more, okay? Because we have issues on national security, and then we also have the rights of individuals. So are there examples that exist where people have complained that, listen, we were harassed, done all these things, yet we were innocent? Yes, there are. Are there instances where, because of individual privacy, national security has been infringed and we have had crazy things happening? Yes, there are. So where were these examples? Where were these cases with dates and validation? So we missed that. There was a little bit of a battle between each other and creativity. Yes, I understand that, which is okay. It's a style. But at the end of it all, we also look at your content. So all the best to the team that wins.
January's, there is something unique about your style and presentation. But then when you're talking about the telephone calls, and then you mentioned about a call that was released, I expected you to be specific and mention maybe the fake gold scandal. It could have made your point score so well. But then you had a good rebuttal, and you are a powerful debater. You're a powerful debater. Bernard, the freedom song was cool, but then, I don't know, you suddenly ran out of points in a way, and you underutilized your time seriously. But that is what debating is all about. You have all it takes for you to be here. You're among the best. May the most outstanding team take it home.
In this semi-final debate of Machakos County, Mbooni Boys High School, the judges awarded you 66%. Let's appreciate them. Machakos Girls High School, a difference of only 1%. The judges awarded you 67%, making you the winners of this debate. Congratulations to both teams for making it to the semifinals of this region. I think the take-home message in this debate is that national security should outweigh individual privacy because your rights are pointless if you are dead.
Quite indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the debate does not end here because the conversation still continues across our social media platforms with the hashtag GDC for SDGs. We'd also like to appreciate each and every person who's been able to make this show a reality, from the principals to the patrons and the students of each and every participating school. I've been your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperanza Kapanga. See you in the next debate.